Welcome to this month's employee update video. I hope you enjoyed last month's, got a chance to see that, and I sure hope you felt it was worthwhile and we communicated the right things to you. A lot of effort goes into putting these videos together on the part of the staff. They take their time, they prepare. It's a fair amount of work on our end, but we're glad to do it because communicating to the employee base is very important to us. So, end of December wraps up the first quarter for the new fiscal year. And in looking at the numbers, the company is performing quite well, doing a lot better than last year, and performing almost right on plan. Sales are up significantly over both plan and last year's performance. Gross margin is right in line, and expense controls are in place, and it looks like we're performing slightly better than plan as far as the bottom line, but probably twice what we were the same time last year. We've got our tough months behind us. We've got a few ahead, with January and February being a little bit slower for both retail and agronomy, but those are our strong months for petroleum and for propane. And then we go right into the spring, and those are our best months. So coming off a strong fall, Q1 was great performance, and feel good about Q2. So January is a big month as it pertains to the board of directors. I'll go to a little higher level there and give you their perspective on how things look. A lot of their time and effort right this time of the year is focused on the district meetings. And those district meetings are coming up here for the end of the month. The invitations went out to the members, and those district meetings are a very important part of the cooperative system, is very important to your board of directors. The importance of the district meetings are really fourfold. The first being that it's a way for us to communicate and connect with our customer base. It's very important to connect with our customers, and there's a lot of ways that we connect with our customers. The first and foremost, probably the most effective way is via our sales team that are out there, whether it's agronomy, retail, or energy or feed. Face-to-face contact with those customers is vital. It's where everything starts. And so we put a lot of effort and investment into the sales team. We've also got a website that we use to connect with our customers. We've got various mailings that go out from time to time as a way to connect, but the annual district meetings are really an effective way for your board of directors to connect with the customers, and so they consider them very, very vital. So important because they are a way for us to connect with the customer. Secondly, it's because it's required by our bylaws to have those annual meetings. And why is that so? Why are they in the bylaws? You know, the founders of the cooperative system, not only Valley Wide Coop, but every co-op, requires that the team and the board of directors report to the membership once a year. And they do that because it was important to them that the transparency of the financials be provided at least on an annual basis to the members. And so the district meeting allows for us to present the financial performance of the company and field any questions or concerns that the patrons might have in regards to those financials. It's very important that we maintain that transparency to them. Just like employees would like transparency as it relates to, say, their paycheck. Where did it come from? How many hours did I work? What was the rate? In order for the integrity of the system to be protected, that transparency is needed. So we provide that transparency to our member base through the district meetings. It's also required in the bylaws because it's a way for us to remain accountable to our members, and that's equally as important. Having to face the membership from a board or a management perspective and look at them in their eye and talk about the products and services that the company offers adds to that accountability that we have to our members. We're not accountable to any one person. There's no one owner. Our owners are the members. They are the people that do business with the company. Thirdly, the district meetings allow for member participation. And that's also key to the whole cooperative way of doing business. is that we actually look forward and look to our members for input on how to run the business. And it allows for the management team and the board of directors to address the members and tell them what transpired this last month and give them ideas on how things look for the future, projects and direction that we're going to go. But it also allows for an opportunity for the members to voice their concerns or thoughts on the products and services that the co-op provides. And that's very important. Lastly, the district meetings are important because it's an opportunity for us as a management team and as a board of directors to say thank you to the patrons for supporting the company. We know that everything that we do, everything that we have in place, all starts with a sale. And that sale starts with a patron that's interested in buying something. And so our mission or our vision of being the supplier of choice in any market that we serve starts with the fact that our patrons need something. We want to be their company of choice. And this company has been very successful because of the great, strong customer base that we have. These district meetings are simply a way for us to say thank you. The theme for this year's district meeting is Stronger Together. And I think that's a great theme. Our board chairman, Adam Clark, suggested that for several reasons. I think if I think of all the applications that we could use or make to apply that theme, the first thing that comes to my mind is that it's in reference to the entire cooperative system in general. Valley Wide Coop, Valley Agronomics are all part of, or members in particular of, other organizations that take our one voice to whether it's legislators or whether it's suppliers and leverage that with other cooperative voices to be heard and to make policy change. It's very important to maintain our relevance in the entire sea of all the competitors that are out there trying to get the same bigger piece of the pie, so to speak, that we're fighting and competing for. And that's the customer's business. And us as a company being a part of those organizations add to the relevance of who really Valley Wide and Valley Ag are. Combining all those members that we have, over 3,000, and taking those to suppliers really makes us relevant in the marketplace. And so when we talk about Stronger Together, we're strong as a cooperative business together with other cooperatives so that rural America can be heard and our local producers can be heard all the way back to Washington, D.C. Very important to the cooperative system. Secondly, I think Stronger Together would refer to our customer base. Our customers originally started Valley Wide Cooperative, or whatever the name was back 100 years ago, in an effort to combine all their purchasing power together to either market their crops or purchase their inputs for their farm. Thirdly, Stronger Together, I think, refers to or can refer to the fact that Valley Wide Cooperative is stronger as having 4 different business units than just one. And when I think about that, I think about the energy division under Greg Mapes, the retail division under Jeff Jones, the agronomy division under Rich Lloyd's leadership, and feed under Ryan Hull. So those 4 combined really complement each other and make us stronger as a company than if it was just any one individual business unit. And I think that's played out in a bigger way these last few years, where so many years agronomy was the strength. Here lately, agronomy has had some challenges because of the economy. And so propane is one that we've had to rest more of our financial success on, and also retail. And they've stepped up and they've carried that load. And we appreciate having the 3 and 4 different business units for the company instead of just one. So when we say Stronger Together, we're absolutely stronger together as 4 different business units than we are as one. And each one of those business units complements one another. We share customers, we share employees, we share equipment, and we share a geographical customer base. And so That adds to some fantastic strength in the market. Lastly, stronger together, I think, can refer to our employee base. And I don't mean that in a way that you can negotiate better. I'm not promoting unions in any stretch. What I'm saying is, in order for any one individual to do their job, it takes a team. It takes salespeople, it takes delivery people, it takes manufacturing, it takes packaging, it takes accounting. It's not about any one individual, but it's about a team. And I think we can all agree that we do rely on one another to be successful in our jobs. And every job is important. So when we talk about stronger together, we're clearly stronger together as an employee base. Lastly, I'll say that I've made a lot of reference to members, and I want to clarify that we all understand that there's a difference between a patron and a member. And we use those terms a lot in the cooperative system, but just so you understand, everybody that does business with a cooperative is a patron. It's generally referred to as somebody that does regular business with us. So whether they come in every day to get a Mountain Dew at one of the stores, that could be considered a patron. But members in particular are important to the cooperative system in that you have to be an ag producer to be a member. Even though we appreciate all patrons, the members are the ones that vote and participate in the governance of this company. And to be a member, you have to be a producer, and you have to be an active producer to be a voting member. So just want to make that clarification, and then finish up by saying that we sure appreciate all the work that you employees have done to make the quarter a very successful one, and I appreciate everything that you do. Thank you.
Okay, welcome to the Valley Agronomics Senior Management video for January of 2018. First of all, I want to thank everybody for all that they've done this fall. I hope everybody just had a great holidays. Hopefully had Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. We wish you the very best and hope you had some great quality time with your families. 2018 has been a great year so far. We're 4 months into the year with Valley Agronomics, and we really feel like 2018 has started off as and will continue to be a very great year for Valley Agronomics. Want to talk about some things that we're going to focus on and continue to focus on for 2018. First off, we have great momentum. We're up on sales going into the fall, all the way across, whether it's fertilizer tons, crop protection sales. We're having a great year and want to continue that momentum as we go into the spring. We're well positioned on fertilizer, which is a big part of our spring, being able to capture good margins and good sales on fertilizer. We feel like our procurement team has done a great job there and put us in a great position to be able to provide good value to the growers at competitive pricing, and that will be very good for the company as far as the margins that we're able to generate on fertilizer. Same with crop protection. There's a lot of products that are tight in supply, and our procurement team has worked very hard to make sure that we have those products that our growers are going to need in the spring. We've positioned them to have them when things get tight, as well as bought them in many cases before pricing changed or went up. So we should be positioned very well from both a cost and a supply aspect on crop protection products. One of the things that we want to focus on as a team, right now there's not a lot to report on. You're going to notice I'm not going to share a lot of numbers with you. We're kind of in our winter lull where we don't have a lot of sales going on. We do have booking programs and prepay going on and some activities going on, but not a lot of sales on the ground as we have snow in Idaho and cold weather across all the geographies. So right now we do want to focus on a few things. We want to make sure our equipment is ready. It could possibly be an early spring this year, so we want to make sure we're ready to capture that and get into the fields early as the weather permits. We do want to continue to work on those booking programs, the prepay offers, Platinum Precision program. Make sure we're taking advantage and positioning those well with our growers through these winter months. Just one side note is I noticed at the end of December we closed with about $18.5 million in prepay. That's very good, pretty similar to a year ago. So we're pretty happy with the prepay that's coming in, and expect more to come in as we get the first part of January and even into early February. Some of those prepay dollars continue to come in. We also want to focus on continuing to watch expenses as we go through these winter months when we don't have a lot of sales. We have a lot of expenses. We do go negative as far as our income for the next month or two, and so we just want to watch our expenses very close so that we are poised to dig out of the negative very quickly as we get into spring and start getting back into those positive months where we're making a lot of money. The other thing that I want to make sure that we're focusing on, and this isn't from something that can just be dictated from management down, but we want to make sure that all of our employees throughout the whole company are really making safety a priority for 2018. We feel like 2018 is going to be a great year. We just thank everybody for what they're doing. We have a great team, so we want to tell everybody in the team, whether you are seeing this message, we want to tell you thank you, but also for those that may not see this message, please communicate that all the way down throughout our team. We know we have a large number of employees, and the employees are what make this company a great place to work. We also want to watch out for everybody's safety. If you see something in your workplace that is a concern, we want to make sure that we communicate and identify anything that might be unsafe, and make sure those unsafe conditions are corrected and fixed, and that we're watching out for everybody on the team, that we're going to make sure that they're safe. So 2018, we want to make it a successful year and a safe year, and feel like we're off to a great start 4 months into the year. So again, thank you very much, and looking forward to a great 2018.
Hi, everybody. Good to be with you again for another update on Valley Wide Co-op's retail division. My name's Jeff Jones, for those of you who don't remember. Just wanted to cover a couple of brief things this month with you real quick. Just a brief financial update of where we are in our retail division. There's some good and some bad, but I think it's important to share when things are good and what's maybe not working. And then I wanted to kind of go through the diversity of what we do in the retail division. I think so many of us, whether you're not in our division or just work at one of our locations, don't really understand how diverse and complex what we do is. So just kind of hoping to share some of that with you so that you understand what we do. So from the financial update perspective, through November, that's the last full financial statements we've received. The retail division is $305,000 ahead of plan, sitting in a very good position through the first quarter of the year. That's the very good part of what we've got going on. Unfortunately, in December, given that we didn't have many weather events at all, I think as most of you recall, last winter by this same period, we had multiple, at least 3 or 4 events where we had quite a bit of moisture in the form of snow, and then it got really cold. Those events generate a lot of in-store sales for us, and we haven't had a single one of those events yet this year. So our in-store sales, unfortunately, are starting to catch up and hurt us through December. The positive spin on all that is our fuel margins through December have held up very strong. And so I anticipate through December anyway, we'll be able to stay at or above our plan through the month of December. January has started off soft as well. Again, we have not seen any winter events. Fuel margins have also tightened up significantly in January. So it's fortunate that we do have a cushion going through the end of January, because I think we're going to need it for January, February if we don't get any winter. So now moving to the diversity of our locations, just to kind of give everybody a flavor of what we do from the retail perspective. We have 20 different locations in 14 different communities. We have 10 fuel/farm locations, we'll call them. They're located in Gooding, Buell, Jerome, Wendell, Bellevue, Manan, Nissa, Preston, Rexburg, and Rupert. We have 6 convenience store locations. It's just a standalone convenience store. 2 of those in Shoshone, 1 in Wendell, 1 in Parma, 1 in Salmon, and 1 in Jerome. We have 2 locations that are strictly farm store hardware product, don't have any fuel or convenience items. Those are located in Shoshone and Salmon. And we have 2, we'll call them warehouse locations. They're not true warehouses, but they kind of warehouse product, and we do sell some product out of those. One of those is in Jerome, and one of those is in Nampa. So continuing with the diversity of our locations, the square footage of our locations of our retail brick and mortar buildings varies from 1,500 square feet at the smallest, the C-store on the interstate in Wendell, all the way up to 30,000 square feet, the store here in Jerome. That creates a lot of unique problems and issues trying to figure out how you manage varying sizes of stores. But I think we do it effectively, and it just kind of adds to the challenge of every day. We sell 4 different brands of fuel currently through our retail locations. Phillips 66 is the main brand, but we also have outlets that are branded Cenex, Sinclair, and Tesoro. Within the retail division, the multiple stores we have, we maintain over 30,000 active SKUs within the Epicor system. Sean Vanderlind and his team of inventory and purchasing people are the ones who maintain those. They're the ones who add new SKUs. They're the ones who decide the product mix we carry. They do a tremendous job of that. But 30,000 items within the retail division that we carry and stock on any given day. As far as food service goes, we're very diverse in that as well. We have 2 locations that have McDonald's franchises attached to them. We don't own the franchise. We lease the space to franchisees. That's in Buell and Jerome. We have 2 locations that have Subways within their location. One of those is in Bellevue. That location, Subway, we lease to a franchisee. And then we have Subway in Parma. And that location, we actually own the franchise and run the Subway business unit itself. We have 4 locations that offer crispy, crunchy chicken. 2 of those are here in Jerome. One's in Manan and one in Rexburg. We have 2 locations that have Hot Stuff Grab and Go and Subs. Those are Shoshone and Rexburg. And we have 5 locations that sell our own in-house food, the Country Fresh brand. 2 of those are here in Jerome, Shoshone, Bellevue, and Manan. So again, just within food, a tremendous amount of diversity of what we do. That's a lot of different brands to manage and a lot of different things going on just within food service. Melissa Frisbee manages that for us, and I think she does a tremendous job. So just to kind of wrap everything up, not wanting to take too much of your time. I know we're all busy. We have a lot of things going on. I did want to share what we had going on. Financially, I think we're doing well. We're in a good position right now. Due to the efforts of our retail and support staff, we're in a good position heading into the last part of winter and then spring. I want to take a moment to thank everybody in retail and the support staff. They're the frontline people and the support staff behind here in the office that do a lot of daily work that make our division successful. If we didn't have them, we definitely wouldn't be a success. So thank you to all those people. Lastly, our diversity, I think, creates a lot of unique challenges and issues day to day, but also creates many unique opportunities to help us be successful. Unlike most of our competitors, you look at a D&B Supply, in a winter like this, they're trying to sell product through the winter that generates a lot of sales. They can't get those sales when they're not getting the weather. We don't get those sales either, but fortunately for us, because we also have petroleum to lean on, we can be successful even in a lean winter like this. So again, we have multiple avenues for revenue and success given changing economic, political, and just general weather climates altogether. That's all I have for this time. I'm hoping in future ones, maybe we'll get a little individual flavor of the locations, do a little bit of a financial update and then have part of one of our locations involved in these videos. Good luck to all of you. I hope to see you again soon.
Hi, my name is Greg Mapes. I'm the Vice President of the Energy Division for Valley Wide Cooperative. This will be a series of videos that I'm doing to give you information on the division and what we do and who are the players in each areas that would represent you. The Energy Division is made up of refined fuels, propane, and fuel and lube. So over the next few videos, I will be introducing you to the managers of each location. If you, through the series of these videos, have questions as we go, you can either call me or visit our website. The first thing I want to do is take you out to the warehouse and outside to show you what is propane tanks, what are refined fuel tanks, and how do they impact you as part of Valley Wide, and how would they impact your customers. I'm here with Shane McConnell, the location manager for the Energy Division in the Treasure Valley, and Shane covers from basically Mountain Home to Oregon and everything in between. Where are we at right now, Shane, and what does this represent in the energy division?
Right now, we're kind of in the middle of our lube and oil warehouse, where we not only store our prepackaged lubes and oils, greases, things of that nature, but also our bulk lubes and oils.
And so this vehicle behind us, we load these products into the truck and the cubes. I mean, how does that work?
This truck here, this is a relatively new lube and oil truck for the Treasure Valley. Basically, the way it works is anybody that orders anything prepackaged, it goes on that truck to be delivered, as well as these large totes. Again, these 330-gallon totes full of different kinds of oils. We will load these on here, and this truck is actually equipped with a pump and meter system so that then we can go, depending on which oil the customer is needing at that particular time, we can hook that up to the pump system and actually pump directly from these totes into their containment to get them whatever product it is that they need at that time.
So Shane, these tanks inside, we talked about forklifts and the lube portion. This refined fuels, what customer would use that refined fuels?
Well, just about anybody would use any of the refined fuels that we have on store here. However, our biggest customer, our most frequently used customer, is the farmer, the grower, the producer, running their machinery in the fields, planting, preparing the ground, harvesting, that kind of thing, hauling the crop from A to B, that kind of thing. But our fuels are used for construction purposes. Our fuels are used for processing purposes, all the way down to trucking, and to just mom, pa having a 150-gallon tank in their backyard for filling their own car running into town.
So do we have like heating oil here as well?
We do. Actually, yes, that's a good point. We do have heating oil as well for those customers that they don't use natural gas, they prefer not to use electricity, and they don't, for whatever reason, have propane. We have diesel heating oil, or number one heating diesel as well, for those older homes most likely that have those old heating oil tanks in the backyard.
Right.
We do service that community as well.
This summer, Shane, I know originally when you and I both started here, we added these first two 30,000-gallon tanks. This summer you had a big construction project, and what did you guys do?
Well, after last winter, it became painfully obvious that in order to really service our customer base the way we wanted to service them and to make sure we take care of them as best as possible, we needed more storage. So what we did was we doubled the size of our capacity. Basically, we brought in an excavator and a crew out of Salt Lake. We purchased a couple of new 30,000-gallon tanks, and they doubled our capacity.
So now we have 120+ thousand gallons of propane capacity?
Right here in Nampa, correct.
Correct.
Treasure Valley as a whole, we have a little bit more than that. So we have some satellite facilities around. We have one in Garden Valley, one in Parma, even one in La Grande, Oregon. But right here in Nampa, 120,000 plus gallons.
Very good. That will wrap up this first portion of the Energy Senior Management Team video. Again, if you have any questions, please reach out to me or visit our website for the location manager that you need to speak with. Thanks.